Hey guys, welcome back and thank you for tuning in today. So for today's video, I decided to do almost like, not really a product review because I've already tried it, but I decided to just kind of get on camera and try out one of the palettes in front of you guys and do a look and just kind of show you like a little tutorial of one of them. So what I have are two palettes, and they're actually two of the new released MAC palettes. So I believe these both released February 28th, I believe, and they are part of the M.A.C Art Library collection. So there was actually 3 palettes that got released, but I have 2 of them here. So if you would like to kind of get a closer view of what these palettes look like and just kind of see what look I kind of come up with one of them, you can just keep on watching. So before I get into the palettes, I just kind of want to let you guys know, for those of you who don't know, I actually got hired on by M.A.C. I think it was at the start of January. So I actually work with them now alongside with my current other job that I have. I just wanted to let you guys know that I do work for M.A.C. This video is not biased or anything at all. It's solely my own opinion. I wouldn't come on here and review something that I don't like, even though that I work for that company. You guys can trust when I say that I do really like these products, and it's not because I work for M.A.C. So a lot of you guys know by now that I do live in Nova Scotia, and I live on the island of Cape Breton. And for those of you who are watching this who are from here, who are from Sydney, you guys know how much of a big thing it was when we actually got M.A.C in Sydney. So it's actually located in the Hudson Bay. So I was so excited when they first came, as of many other people who live here. So I think they came in the end of summer of 2017. I think it was August maybe. So literally M.A.C has not even been here 2 years yet. So this is incredible that they have come here and kind of give us little capers a chance at having something, you know, like kind of like higher end makeup that we can actually go and buy without having to order online. And I just want to put it out there that everybody who works at the M.A.C counter, there are 6 of us including me, but the 5 other girls who work there are so nice. Like, they're such nice people. They're awesome coworkers. They're very supportive and they help you with anything. I'm still learning myself as I'm new. I have used M.A.C products and I am familiar with a lot of them before being employed there, but there is a lot of stuff that I have to gain knowledge on and just a lot of stuff like that. But seriously, like, all of those girls there, they help with everything. There's no judgment, there's no drama. Like, I just love who I work with there. And they also have an Instagram page, so just search M.A.C Cosmetics. I think it's M.A.C Cosmetics Sydney. So I just want to say that these are not my own palettes. They actually let me bring these home. These were like the second set of demos. They were kind of like hiding out back in the staff room, but they let me bring them home before I got my own because I wanted to do a video on them. So they were kind enough to let me bring these guys home to try for you guys in front of the camera. So they do look a little different than the ones that you would buy. Like, they look kind of plain. So they have just, I think the ones that you buy, they have like this kind of paint effect on the front, but these ones are just demos, so they don't have it. And I have 2 of them to show you guys. So I don't have the third one. I kind of should have got the third one just to kind of show you on camera, but I just have these 2 right now. And these are so pleasing to look at. So I have 2 of them. The first one I'm going to show you is my personal favorite, and it's called Nude Model. So these are the colors there. You can see they have some dark tones, they have some neutrals, they have some purples and some lighter ones there. So this one, when I looked at this one the first time, I could instantly see like 3 different distinct looks with this one. This is kind of my go-to style color scheme, is this one here, so I gravitate more to Nude Model. Second one that I brought home is actually called Flamboyant. So this one is more warmer tones and reds. This one is really beautiful as well. I wore this one to my other job the other day, and one of the coworkers were like, "Oh my gosh, what's on your eyes?" So I told them, and they were just like, "Oh, I love the look of them." So this one here is gorgeous as well. I really do love these colors. I would wear these as well, but the other one is kind of more my cup of tea. But I am ordering both of these for myself. And another thing I kind of wanted to mention about these palettes is they are pressed differently than the previous MAC pan shadows. So I could see a huge difference in how much pigmentation you get as soon as you put your brush in. Like for instance, the old MAC palettes, I shouldn't say old MAC palettes, but I have one of them here. So some of the shadows that I have inside of my own personal little eyeshadow kit right here, I find that you have to kind of swirl your brush around just to get some good pigmentation. I mean, that's kind of good too because they are buildable, but these guys are like a whole other different ball game. You literally just have to tap into the color and you literally get like a brush of pigment. And I do want to mention that there are some crossovers of some of the old colors mixed with some new colors. So for instance, one right off the bat inside of my favorite palette here is Shroom. So it's this one up in the corner. This one is an old one. I actually have it in my personal kit up here in the corner as well. And in this second palette, I believe they have some old ones. Like I see Amber Lights there, and I see Embark right here, which I also own in my palette. So they do kind of cross over with some colors. As you can see, I've already done the basics of my makeup. I did some brows, I did some foundation, concealer, powder, a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush, but I just kind of wanted to do that stuff first so then I can go in and just solely focus on this. So that's what I've done. But I think the look that I'm going to go with today is going to be concentrated on like these greeny kind of olive shades. It's just kind of a little different than what I normally do. I do normally stick to a lot of nudes and browns, so I did want to kind of do something a little bit different for you guys. The first shade that I'm going to go into is this one up here in the corner, and that one is called Sandstone. So I'm just going to dip into that with my Morphe E23 brush, and I'm just going to apply this kind of as like a start transition shade. And I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, but like all my concealer and my foundation has kind of all came off in that area of my eye. And this is like my biggest pet peeve that happens to my face most times when I do makeup. And it's that when I'm done with my foundation and concealer, and you know, I kind of like go ahead and set everything, this eye decides to do some post drip thing, and it will kind of water and it will run down my face. And of course everything gets messed up, and then if you go and you try to blend it out with a beauty blender and then apply some more concealer, I don't know how to fix it. So if any of you guys know how to kind of fix that problem without having to like redo my makeup or without having to sit there and live with the consequences of my eye watering, just let me know. That would like be one of the biggest lifesavers, because when I'm getting ready in the morning, like it just ruins my day. Now I'm just kind of popping into this like greenish yellowy shade, and this one is called Outer, and it's a matte. So the last two shades that I've used were matte shades, and I'm just using the Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush just to kind of go over my crease with this color. You can see how well like they're blending together. Like I have to say, I'm really impressed with the new way that they've been pressing these ones, because you can really see the difference in how the shadow applies and how it blends. And like I said, the pigmentation, like you can really notice it, especially if like you were a hardcore MAC eyeshadow user before. If you haven't tried these palettes yet, I would highly urge you to do so. I think you're really going to love them. So before I go any further on the top, I am going to kind of smoke with the bottom. So I'm just going to go in with that first shade that we used called Sandstone, and I'm just going to be using the Morphe E17 brush. And I'm just going to kind of add some to my lower lid. And I'm going to be going back into Outer, which is this color here. Same brush. And just apply a little bit on the bottom as well, just on top of that previous shade. And I'm just going to go back into this with the same brush and just kind of bring it in a little more on the outer, just kind of towards the center of the lid, but not really, if you know what I mean. And now I'm going to be going in with the one right below Sandstone, and this one is called Espresso. It's this one right here, same brush, and I'm just going to kind of smoke out the outer corners a little bit with that color. So again, just kind of doing like light V shapes. And I'm going to tap into a little bit of that again, and I'm just going to kind of put it on my lower lash. I'm going to fill in the center of my lid with more of a glittery pearly shade here. So this one is actually called Go Lightly, and it's this really nice olivey goldy, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like this really different color. It's like between an olive and a gold. So I'm going to go in with that one. And I'm actually going to be using just this flat brush right here. So this one is actually called, I think it's by Quo. So it's just a definer shadow brush. And the reason why I'm using it is just because it is a little bit flatter. So it's just kind of nice to like pack on some color. So I'm actually just going to dip into that color. And I'm going to spray it with a little bit of Fix Plus. So just kind of give a couple of spritz. And I'm literally just going to go in and pack this on the center towards the inner corner of my lid. And look how stunning that color is. Like, when I first tried it, I could not get over it. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, this color is everything. And I'm not really like a greeny color person, so it really shocked me. I'm just gonna go do the other side. So I am just going in with this darker shade, and it's called Dance in the Dark. It's like this really dark brown with this same Morphe E17 brush, and I'm literally just gonna tap into that and define a little bit more on the outer corner. And I'm going to do the same on the bottom lash. And I'm just going to take a brush that doesn't have anything on it. I'm just taking a fluffy brush. This one is the Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. And I'm just going to kind of blend the edges kind of in with each other, just so there's no harsh lines. And when you use like these super glittery shades, like there's like 3 really glittery shades. Well, actually there's 2. So the ones that are more chunky would be this one and this one. But when you use them, just kind of be a little bit careful because they do give a little bit of fallout. So I'm just going to go in and just clean that up a little bit. Now I'm just going to go in with the shade Shroom, which is this corner one here. I'm just going to go in with the Morphe Y22 brush. I'm just going to dip into that and put a little bit into my inner corner and a little bit under my brow bone. And for eyeliner, I am going to stick to this palette. I just kind of wanted to do the whole eye look with this palette as much as I could. And it also gives me an excuse not to try liquid eyeliner. I am going to go in with this shade again called Dance in the Dark. I'm just going to tap into that. And I'm just going to be using my everyday normal eyeliner brush, the Sigma Small Angle E65 brush. And I'm just going to apply this as eyeliner. I'm going to do the same for the bottom. I'm just going to line a little bit on my waterline. You guys, I might have found a mascara that's actually one step higher than my normal go-to, which is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. You know, I use that in every single video. I'm like a diehard fan of that one mascara. When I was at work, probably about a week ago, one of the kind ladies who also works at the Bay, she was at the Lancome counter, and she actually gave me a couple of samples to try. And one of the samples that I really wanted to try was the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. So she gave me one of these little trial sizes, and I actually think that it is one step like better than that other one that I use. Mind you that this would obviously be $30-some versus like the $9.99 mascara. I know I reviewed these guys in my last video. These are like the Marc Jacob new primer and one of their existing mascaras. I do really love these as well, but these kind of give like a different effect from what I use every day. These kind of like spread them out a little more, make them more like doll lashes. But I'm telling you, like this stuff is literally like one step higher than my normal go-to, and it does everything that I want in a mascara. And now I'm gonna have to pay more money for a mascara, but I'm just gonna go in with, like I said, the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, and this is just in the shade Black, and I'm just going to start applying a couple of coats to my lashes. And I don't know if it's the formula or if it's the brush. The brush on this is a little bit more wispy than the other one. So it might be like a little bit of both the formula and the brush, but like I literally love this mascara and I'm gonna have to buy the full size now. And that is the effect from the mascara. So as you can see, it makes them just a little bit longer and a little bit more volume and the same kind of put togetherness that I like in a mascara as my drugstore one, but this literally just kind of brings it up to that next notch, which was what I was really looking for in a mascara. So I think I found my next favorite one, but of course that one is still my favorite from the drugstore, and you know, if I want to use the drugstore mascara, that one still is a pretty close tie, but again, this one just kind of brings it up to the next level. So now I'm just going to go in with some highlighter, and I think I'm just going to use one of my normal ones, which is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. So that looks just like this. And I'm just using my Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter brush. And I'm just going to dip into that and just add a little bit of glow kind of everywhere. Okay, so now for lipstick, I think I'm going to be using a Frost lipstick by M.A.C, and this is in the shade Fabby. So it just kind of looks like this. It has like a really gold pearly undertone to it, so it is a frost finish, but I really like the look of this when it is on my lips. Like it kind of looks like a mauvey color. Kind of ties into the greenish goldy sparkle on my eyes, so I think it's a good pair. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. As you can see, this look was super simple to do. It literally took me like 10 minutes to do this whole eye look. Not for the whole face, but for the eyes it took me like 10 minutes. I am a huge fan of these palettes, you guys. Like I said, they launched February 28th. If you want to see them in person, if you want to come swatch them, just go to your nearest M.A.C store and they will be there for you guys to look and test out yourself. For any of you local guys who are watching this from Sydney or from Cape Breton, don't be shy to come say hi at the M.A.C store in the Mayflower Mall. Don't be afraid to go to any of the girls there. Like I said, they are super friendly. They're there to answer any makeup needs or concerns that you may have, or just give you a little bit of product knowledge on something that you are curious about. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you would like to see more by me, just hit that subscribe button. And of course, I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!